the chainsaw because it's not really, but you know, I'm gonna come out thing and it tires you out, or more accurately, faster than I would expect. So these are some big old pine trees. They're not big, but they're big compared to the trees I own. Most of the trees I own are like that size. That size. You know, this forest ain't really all that old. But it seems like all the biggest trees I had, the hurricane knocked over. And the smaller ones were flexible and didn't get knocked over as much. But I got a big old log out the way. I guess it can serve me as a bridge across the creek. Unless I'm just gonna stand it up and carve it into one of them totem poles or Maui, something, whatever, another. But I've been having to climb up and over all this every single time I go from the pond to my artificial man-made creek, and I'm just tired of it. I've had to prioritize watering my fruit trees over this project, but now that I've got the fruit trees watered 3 days in a row now, I think I can start to afford to work on this. This next one up under there is a lot thinner than this one. It'll be easier to cut with the chainsaw, and I'll be able to go back to walking through here, which will save me a lot of effort. These down here, I done cut one side of it. It's kind of small, it's the easy one. And now it took a while for that rainwater to drain off the land, but it's been so hot before them rains come a while back. And a lot of this is dry now. And that's why I have not took the stopper out of it at the other end, because I don't want the mosquito fish in there to die. And if I think that the water is going to run out, which I haven't checked on in 3 days, I hope that they're fine. But if I think that, oh, it looks like it's a little too late, but it'll be easier to dig it out deeper now that it's dry. Like I said, you know, this ain't a permanent creek. It's an artificial one that I'm building, and it's never been permanent. I'm just working on getting it permanent. But see this strip of land with these trees are going to be cut down like from about here to here to let the light in. And I'm going to try to get this just right to where it holds enough water but drains it off slowly that it will stay full. That may be too ambitious. That may never be able to happen. Maybe I can make it happen by making a pond on the other side of it. But, and that tree's probably going to eventually just fall down on its own. But anyway, I'm out here cutting obstacles out of the way so I can get in here and really work. I hate that this happened this way, but oh wait, that won't move. It's still alive. Oh, it don't look like it's moving now. Maybe it's moving a little bit. I don't know if they might all be dead. Some of them look like they might be. They looking dead as fuck. But I saw one wiggle. I'm gonna be stinking like a motherfucker. Oh, that one wiggled. See, some of them are alive. I'm gonna save the ones I can save. I wish I'd have got out here and got them, but I really thought there'd still be water here. Yeah, that one just moved. But it looks like there's bugs out here eating some of them. They multiply fast as fuck. These mosquito fish, excuse my language. I'm gonna get something and try to save them. Most of them are dead, but at least something's saved. Some of them are alive, and the rest of them can just feed the bluegill or whatever else. I got this video that I was trying to post, but I didn't have good enough service. I'll post it later. It's slightly purple, mostly pink dragonfly, all the way pink. I've never seen one like that before. So I'll be posting that video later. And let me get these in the pond. But this is a good opportunity anyway. This is a good opportunity to get out here and dig it out deeper in places and build up the berm on the side. Earlier in this live stream, you'll see the big old tree that I sawed with the chainsaw. Once I post it, I hate this happening to these fish. I was trying to keep this from happening by not unstopping this so that the water didn't drain out, but it's just been so hot and dry. So I just save what I can save, you know, and the rest are just, I gotta put this down. I got him with a net, y'all. Am I live streaming my ass? No, over the damn camera, Brittany ain't gonna like that. Let me move that. Let's see. Some of them are flipping around. Most of them seem dead. Oh, a bunch are flipping around now. Maybe they're just, I don't know. I think most of them probably are dead. I mean, obviously most of them are dead. But, hey, it's good fertilizer for corn at least. But you know, all this, am I still here? Yeah. All of this was sand. And you know, clay, the difference between clay and regular dirt is the individual particles of clay are extremely small. So they're able to seal up better and hold water. So the erosion of water constantly running through this sand and grinding it into smaller and smaller pieces, it'll eventually turn to clay, and then they'll start holding water better. I'm gonna flip the camera around so I can show you the path out of here. Oh, and hello. Is it Regine Marie? I'm not good at pronouncing things. My weaknesses are grammar, spelling, punctuation, language. I'm really more of like critical thinking puzzles. Like I had critical thinking skills class at 100 average. I'm better at seeing patterns, introspection, but I'm not good at pronouncing names, and I hope I don't offend anybody by pronouncing your name wrong. But that's not my strong suit. But hello to everybody. Oh, there you go. Now you can see what I was talking about. I'm getting closer to it. I got out here with the chainsaw, and I think I got about 15 minutes before Brittany gets off work. A chainsaw vibrating will tire you out. Tell you what, with the hurricane, ooh, that's moving. Glad I kept my balance. Excuse me. Hurricane Helene took down a bunch of these trees, and they're in my way, and it makes work a lot harder. So in my free time, I've been working on clearing it. Now I don't think I got to worry about the dead fish breeding bacteria in this pond, because I think there are plenty of turtles and plenty of other mosquito fish and plenty of bluegill to eat them. So I did see a few of them moving around. What was that? I think a frog jumped in the water. Maybe they will, I saw 2 or 3 alive. Most of them are dead, but sometimes they'll kind of, when the water level gets low, they'll get down in the mud and you'll think they're dead. And then when you put them in the water, they're all right. I don't think I can really hope for too many of them to be all right, but some of them were alive, and I wanted to save the ones that are alive. I see some movement. I don't really know. I don't know their fate, but you know, they're better off here than in the mud. And the dead ones, you know, like there are freshwater shrimp in here, freshwater mussels. There's all kind of filter feeder animals, crawdads, frogs, dragonfly larvae. It's just, there's a lot of maple leaves fall in here because this pond is overgrown, and they break down, and some leaves, like oak leaves high in tannin, will hurt pond life, but maple leaves don't generally hurt pond life, and crawdads just eat them up. What I'm saying is, I don't think I'm really harming the system any by putting these in here. Now they come from this pond actually. I didn't really, when it rains a lot, the water will wash into the pond and mosquito fish will swim upstream and get into the artificial creek I made. But sometimes, you know, I haven't got it balanced just perfect to where it all is graded to flow out just right yet. It's really hard getting it right because it's the swale built into the side of the hill I built probably a year ago, and I've been working on tweaking it to try to, I used to have it graded just right where everything would flow into the pond and there wouldn't be any water left into it, but it didn't hold water long enough. You know, it just rushed off real quick. So I wanted to slow it down because I'm trying to get it to be a permanent creek. I'm trying to let the water just fill up and hold water and trickle out. And it's hard. Honestly, I miss time, you know, having a job an hour away and having to drive an hour back home. That's an extra 2 hours of time I lose that I used to always have to work out here. And I miss that time. But I can't be everywhere and do everything you know, and so sometimes I just have to kind of let some of these less important projects go and keep my peach trees alive and my olive trees alive and my relationship good with my woman. But I hope to God one day I am able to have my own business or make a little extra money or free up some time somewhere and get back out here and really start building what I was working on building. I really like having, most of my land is forested. And so you see, I've harvested most of this pine straw and leaves. I'm letting it build back up because I want, you know, fireflies to have a place to have their eggs and butterflies and just different wildlife to be able to get through the winter. This area is closer to my peach tree, so I harvest it pretty heavy, but I'm not going to harvest no more. But anyway, what I was saying is I like having a lot of my land be forest. That way in my garden, I can rake up pine straw and I can rake up leaves and I can use that to hold water and to also break down for nutrients for the plants. And if you have your soil exposed to the sun, the quick evaporation of water out of the soil will start getting salts into the soil. And also you'll have more erosion. But if you mulch with pine straw and leaves, it spreads the water out more evenly over the soil. It protects the soil. It keeps salts from building up in the soil. It helps insulate the soil. It helps let beneficial fungi build networks in the soil. They can make small pH adjustments for plants and move minerals back and forth between them. I don't use chemicals. I don't use pesticides, fungicides, insecticides, none of that. I like to work with living soil and try to work with nature more than fight against it. Oh, I didn't catch him in time, but a little frog jumped in my little pond here. I don't know if I did it on accident or purpose, but I don't remember because somehow some pepper seeds got in my coffee plant. And they growing. I'm gonna just let it go to seed for next year. I don't even remember what kind of pepper that is. It looks like some kind of cayenne or something. I don't know. See, there's some coffee plants. There's some more pepper plants with peppers on them. There's a banana plant. There's a mint. Some of y'all have seen them. There's an avocado. There's some ginger. There's my chainsaw. But there's apple trees, little young apple trees, and most of these are peach trees. There are about 35 peach trees out here. There's much little oak trees. Really, I ain't got much time to really show it, but it's just been so hot and so dry, and I really don't like how these trees are yellowing, but I've seen this happen before. Some years it gets like this, and as long as they survive through the winter and the spring, they put on pretty green leaves again, and they grow pretty fast, and I'm thinking everything's gonna be okay. I had a hawk today. I was over there Oh, I gotta go check on that, by the way. Last time I forgot my chainsaw out here. I set it on the ground and forgot to put it in my truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the truck before I go over there to that mini pond on the hill where I breed mosquito fish and keep the mosquito levels down. But you know, I hate that a lot of the mosquito fish died, but there's millions in that pond. They just sometimes are able to swim up into that creek. And it's good they can, because I don't want a lot of mosquitoes. It used to be you couldn't walk out there with mosquitoes. There's Brittany. She always, without fail, calls me to ask me if I'm still picking her up, even though I always pick her up. And it's always during a live stream. It always is. I gotta call her back, I guess. I'm about to go pick her up anyway. But I got to turn off the water hose. I'll tell her all that. I'll just call her, let her know what's going on. I'll get back on the live stream for a second, and then I got to go.